Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Rahul. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good. So,
Nice.
good morning, Abhishek. Abhishek, can you hear me?
Good morning. Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, and
Yes.
you have all the rights now.
It's showing recording.
Yeah, it's showing recording,
Okay.
so it's
Yeah,
taken care
that's
of.
fine.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So, sir has come.
Yes. Joining. Yes. Sir has joined. Hi, Rahul.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Sir has come. So, shall we start?
Hmm.
Sir, shall we start? Good morning, sir.
Yes, please do. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. It is my immense pleasure to invite all of you in today's webinar, and I'm the part of the host team. This webinar is organized and hosted by MIT School of Hospitality, MIT University, Haryana. And the topic for today's webinar is airport operations in post-COVID period. With this, I would like Akshay sir to take over. Akshay sir, over to you. All right. I believe his internet is not working properly. So I would like to invite our head of the institution, Arunangshu Bhattacharya sir, to throw a few words of wisdom on the today's webinar.
Good morning, all of you. There's enough wisdom floating around all of us. I
Good
will
morning,
not
sir.
waste time on that. We are all wise people, but learning should never stop. And I'm an avid learner. I am eagerly looking forward to learn from today's session. So, I wish you all the best. And take this opportunity of wishing Chef Kunal Seth a happy birthday today.
Happy birthday, Kunal, sir.
Happy birthday, Kunal sir.
Happy birthday,
Over
Kunal
to
sir.
the
Happy
host.
birthday.
Over to the host.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. So let me welcome our today's speaker, Mr. Rahul Thaplial. So a few words about him. Rahul is a certified life coach and an image consultant and a L&D professional who's having more than a decade experience. He is experienced into performance coaching, customer service, adult learning, training delivery skills, group facilitation, and image management. Presently, he is associated with Delhi International Airport under the training team in the part of quality service department. So our today's topic is how the airports are getting ready after this pandemic. So Rahul is the right person who's associated with this Delhi International Airport, how it was before and what's their plan after the scenario. Rahul can explain us very well. So Rahul, over to you. Thank you so much once again and welcome. Please.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you so much, Abhishek, for the wonderful welcome. And first of all, birthday wishes to Kunal, sir. Happy birthday to you, sir. So now, Abhishek, yes, we can start with today's session. So if you could give me the sharing rights, I can start.
It's
Yeah. Can you now?
Okay, let me know whenever you're done.
Abhishek, it's at the share
One
screen.
moment.
At the
1 second. Yes, Rahul, please.
Thank you. Okay, I hope everyone is able to see my screen.
yes,
Yes, it is.
we can see.
Okay, perfect, wonderful. And before we start, a few instructions for the students. You can keep your mics on the mute. And whenever you'd like to share your thoughts or you'd like to say anything, you can just use the chat box. So everyone would be able to share their thoughts and communicate through the chat box, okay? Okay, so now let's start with the today's session. So as Abhishek correctly mentioned that airport customer service post the coronavirus, post the COVID-19. Well, let me tell you first of all something very candidly, that COVID is not going anywhere soon, pretty soon. It'll be with us for some time now. So what we need to do is that we need to make sure we start living with the given situation. So what I would like to speak about is airport customer service post the lockdown period. Okay. So now Abhishek has introduced me. Thank you so much for that. Now let me introduce you to the line of work that I do, the kind of work we do at the airport. First of all, I come from a team which is called Disha. So it's Disha at IGI Airport. So when I say the word Disha, it's an acronym, which means D stands for Dial, that is Delhi International Airport Limited. I stands for IGI Airport. SHA stands for Service and Hospitality Academy. So this is the academy. I'm a part of this academy, and it was initiated in the year 2008. So it's been somewhere around 12 years, approximately, close to 12 years that we've been running this academy successfully. And to give you some more information about the kind of work that we do at this academy. So we train all the employees or all the agencies which are involved in the smooth functioning of the Delhi airport. To name a few agencies, in government agencies, we train CISF, that is one of the biggest stakeholders of our academy. There are somewhere around close to 4,000 to 5,000 CISF personnel who are employed at the Delhi airport to manage the security of the premises. Then we train Delhi police as well. So for Delhi police, we train all the Delhi police personnel, not just at the airport, but also the all the Delhi police stations across different zones, different cities. We train them as well. And then we train the officers at Bureau of Immigration. So these are the government agencies, we train them. And then if I speak about the private agencies who are involved or who are working with the Delhi airport, to start with ground handling agencies, and then we train different airlines agency, ground handling agencies, and then housekeeping, and then Delhi duty free store, retail, and then overall, if I say everyone who comes under the umbrella of Delhi airport. So the kind of trainings we do, these are called behavioral skill trainings. So there would be question of, we hear a lot about these trainings, behavioral trainings. Everyone uses these words very commonly these days. But what actually behavioral trainings are, these are trainings which are imparted to teach a certain skill. Now, when I say a skill, so it could be anything, say, for example, communication, grooming, sales, customer experience, but also we train on different other subjects as well. For example, airport familiarization, work guidelines, sales, grooming as well. And we use variety of models and techniques as well. For example, instructions, modeling, rehearsal, feedback. These are the techniques that we use. And every year we train more than 10,000 professionals who work across the IGI airport. And this is about the Disha Academy. This is how we work, and this is how we have been working. So now moving forward, yes, because this academy has been running successfully for over a decade now, so we've won very lot of prestigious national and international awards as well. So recently, the awards that we've won, that is last year in 2019, we've won 2 major international awards. One is the Golden Peacock Awards. So we won this for Golden Peacock National Training Award 2019. The ceremony was held in Dubai. And the second award, which we won, again, it was in the year 2019, it was Brandon Hall Award for Best Launch of Corporate Learning University. So we're very proud and dedicated to work in an academy which gives us the privilege and opportunity to have such a wonderful global exposure and awards and accolades as well. Okay, now let me ask this question. This is open forum for all the students who are watching this, watching us at the moment. Which is the #1 airport in country, India? So I'll give you 15 seconds. Chat box. Quickly, you can type this. Which is the #1 airport in the country? Abhishek, let me know if in case whenever we get any responses.
Sure. So Ishwar said IGI.
Okay.
Rahul said same, Delhi Airport. Akshay Nayan, one of our faculty, he said as well Delhi Airport.
Okay.
Our director
no
said in terms of traffic volume, it's Delhi Airport.
Okay,
IGI.
Otherwise, sir? In terms of footfall, okay, Delhi IGI Airport. Otherwise, sir, any other option you would like to go with? Okay. Did we get any other response?
Said the same. Okay.
Okay. Yes, all of you who said Delhi International Airport, yes, you people are correct. And so you mentioned in terms of the footfall as well. Yes, in 2019, we had a passenger footfall of around 69 million passengers in 2019. So yes, we were the #1 airport, the best airport in about 40 million category. And at present as well, we are still the #1. So there's one of the agencies based out of the UK, which is aviation ranking agency, which is called Skytrax. It's a global agency which ranks all the airlines and the airports as well, depending upon the quality of service they provide. So basis that, we are again #1 airport in not just in India, but in Central Asia as well. So we are a 4-star airport at the moment. So now when we speak about receiving so many awards or being the #1 airport or the airport who caters to the maximum number of passengers in the country, what does it mean? It clearly shows what the passengers expect out of us. They're expecting a world-class service. That's exactly what it means. So now, when I say the word world-class service, so post the, before the COVID period, the situation was totally different. As in, the way things were going, things were smooth, things were in a certain way, everything was streamlined. However, now the things have changed. They've changed rapidly. So accordingly, we also need to change. We also need to change the way we work, the way we think, the way we look at situations, and the way we respond. That's the most important things. So primarily, we're working on three major aspects. So these three major aspects that we are working on, first is social distancing, second is technology, third, and the most important one is the human resource, working on the human resource. Now, if you've noticed, I've heard this word many times during a conversation, which is service. So now, once again, let me ask all these students, when you hear the word service, what is the first thought that comes to your mind? I'll give you 15 seconds. You can use the chat box, write in your responses. What is the first word that comes to your mind when you hear service? Let me know if we get any responses.
Yes. So far, no one.
So when I say the word service, what is the first thought that comes to your mind? Any thought, any word or anything, what comes to your mind?
Someone said perfection. Service
Perfection.
means.
Okay, what else?
That is Ishwar.
Okay.
Chef Shuvir said exception of a customer, expectation of a customer, sorry. Chatak said if you talk about service, luxury, comfort zone.
Oh yes, very important. Luxury as well, comfort zone as well. And when we say number one means your expectations are already, sky high. Okay, that is correct. So now, first look at the first aspect that we need to work on to make sure the level of service or the standard that we have already set up for our passengers, for the world, to make sure we meet those expectations in the given time in this COVID period. Okay. Now, when I speak about the social distancing, so it's something that we've been hearing this about a lot. So I need not to say what exactly it means or what's the distance that you need to maintain. You can see on your screen how we're actually implementing this at the airport. So let me tell you, this is the elevator, which is just outside the airport, the Terminal 3. So we have made sure there are proper markings so that people, when they get into the elevator, they're maintaining proper space. This is again the entry gates at the airport at T3. So here, if you look at the screen, you're using something, these are called queue managers. So queue managers, they make sure we have proper space when we are in a queue, and so that the CISF personnel at the gate who are there to check your boarding passes, your IDs, they can screen you, check all the details without any confusion, without any problem, and at the same time maintaining proper distance as well. This is the check-in counters. Again, check-in counters, if you look carefully here, you would see there are some markings on the floor. So these markings have been put on the floor, keeping in mind again social distancing, that we have proper space, and at the same time, when passengers travel, they carry a lot of luggage as well. So there's adequate space for people to stand, one person on one mark, and space for their luggage as well. Abhishek, I think there's something on the screen. Is it from your end?
Might be. You want?
Okay, it's okay now. Okay, now the area that you see, this particular area is called the security hold area. Again, this is the area where the CISF personnel, they do the complete frisking, the examination, just to make sure that the passenger, they're not carrying anything which is unauthorized, and everything is done in a safe and secure way, maintaining the social distancing or the physical distancing again as well. So here, because sometimes what happens, because of large number of people at the same time, it gets crowded. So here we proactively made sure we have sufficient sitting space for the people, so that they can sit comfortably till the time their number comes. Okay, now this is the Aero Bridge, which is used by people so that they can get into the aircraft. Again, here also we've made sure that we are using proper, uh, you know, boundary in terms of the markings, and people again can proceed with proper, maintaining the proper social distancing. So if you've looked in this, starting from the time where the passengers would enter the airport, as in the elevator, till the time they would actually get into the aircraft, we have made sure people are maintaining social distancing or physical distancing. And it's done in a smooth way. It's done in the best possible way it can be done at the airport. So this is about the social distancing. Now, let me come to the another important aspect, technology. So when I speak about the technology, it is something that people, if you remember, if you recall, in 1918, there was a situation where there was an outbreak of Spanish flu. I'm sure most of us have heard about Spanish flu. So let me give you some brief about that Spanish flu. When the outbreak took place, so that time it infected almost 1/3 of the people living on the planet. That was somewhere around 500 million people at that point in time. And the only challenge, or the biggest challenge that humanity faced at that point in time, that was lack of technology and lack of medical facility available. However, it's been more than 100 years now, and now we're totally on a different side altogether. Today, we have world-class technology. We have access to world-class technology, be it any part of the world, we can get the technology. And at the same time, we have the best medical support and advice with us to handle and tackle this given situation. So Delhi Airport is also making sure that we go ahead and get the best technology as well, so that we can make use of it. And first of all, I would also like to recommend that people know this is something recommended for the airport employees as well, strongly recommended in fact, to use the Arogya Setu app. This is one app which is actually one stop for all your queries that you have around COVID-19. And there are wonderful features in the app which would keep you updated every now and then, not just about what you need to do, but also what is happening in your close proximity, your state, city, and the entire country as well. And there's also one of the features which is the self-assessment. You can take this that particular assessment and assess your individual health as well. So everyone who's watching this webinar as well, it is highly recommended that you can go ahead and download the Arogya Setu app and start using it. So now coming to, again, Delhi Airport, what we are doing, we've used thermal screening of passengers. Thermal screening, again, is a way through which we can get to know what's the current body temperature, and in case it's an indicative of the higher side or something that the passenger or the person needs to be to see a doctor, so they can go ahead and see the doctor then and there at the terminal. Okay, now again, this is one of the finest technology at present in the world, which is being used at the Delhi Airport for the first time. It is ultraviolet technology for disinfection machines in the washrooms. Because washroom, if you notice, is a major area of concern in terms of how the virus can spread or how things can get worse. So we are using this technology, and there was a research which was conducted, which showed that what is the major hotspot for a virus. So the major hotspot for a virus is actually the hospitals or the area where we are treating the virus. And how the virus gets it gets spread. The virus actually gets spread through the shoes of people who are in the area. So these people, they could be the doctors, nurses, or these could even be the relatives or any person who is working in that given facility. So in order to handle this situation at Delhi IGI Airport, we've got shoe sanitizing mats. So these mats, they can be used so that there's no infection from the base of the shoe as well. Okay, now for baggage screening, we've got UV technology enabled baggage disinfection machines. So when the baggage would go through these machines, it'll be completely disinfected. So zero chances of any kind of infection or any kind of virus. Again, trolleys, one of the major area of opportunity for the virus to spread. And if we go ahead and manually clean it, it'll take a lot of time and human efforts as well. And again, 100% cleanliness may not be guaranteed. So here we're using tunnels for trolley disinfection. Okay, now when I speak about the employee healthcare, as in what are we doing in terms of human resource? Because we can work a lot for technology. We can work a lot in terms of what we need to do, say social distancing, but it's very important at the same time we work on the human skill as well, or the human resource as well. So first of all, for the employee health, what we are doing is that employees with any symptoms need to report it to their supervisor. As I've already mentioned before, employees can download the Arogya Setu app, and in case they see anything is not right, or they feel any symptoms in them, they can go ahead and directly contact their supervisors, so that supervisors then can go ahead and contact the medical authorities at the airport. Clean and disinfect surface at the workplace, and it's highly recommended all the surfaces which are repeated touch points, they need to be disinfected and clean at regular intervals. Pre-screening of employees' temperature or any symptoms, it's mandatory, needs to be done. Clean workspaces, equipment, and there are chances that sometimes, given the kind of footfall we have, the employee or the worker who's working at a particular outlet, he may not be able to disinfect particular utensils in a given period of time. But here we need to make sure it's done regularly, and especially those utensils which are used more frequently. It could be the plates or tongs which are using, or serving plates, cups, anything. Self-monitor, again, it's very important. Don't just be dependent on someone else coming and monitoring you. Be self-monitoring is again very important. Mask, gloves, and head covers, again, very important. Social distancing, make sure 6 feet of distance whenever possible with the passengers. Personal hygiene, very important. Personal hand hygiene, so make sure whenever using the washroom or coughing, sneezing, hands need to be washed with soap and running water for at least a time of duration of 20 seconds. If this is not available, then in case you can use a sanitizer is advisable, that is with 60% of alcohol. Avoid touching eyes, nose, and mouth, and use gloves to avoid direct bare hands with ready-to-eat food. And in case, whenever you're using any tissue in order to cough or sneeze, make sure it's properly disposed. So at the airport, we've got a proper disposal bags for disposing tissues and the all the sanitary the stuff that we're using, just to make sure there's no infection around. This is again very important, managing operations in retail. So it's 4 key steps. It's called clean, separate, cook, and chill. So cleaning, make sure whenever we're serving food or cooking the food, before that the raw material is cleaned. It's cleaned in a proper way. And at the same time, we clean hands as well. Separate the food. There should be proper segregation between raw food and cooked food, and especially non-veg. It could be mutton, chicken, and vegetable food as well. Cook. Food should be cooked at a given temperature. So there are guidelines for each and every food. If I'm preparing a particular meal, at what particular temperature that meal should be cooked, there are particular guidelines. Those guidelines need to be followed. And the last one, chill. Make sure if a particular food needs to be stored, you're storing the food in a particular way. It's stored in a particular way. And when we are defreezing the food, it's done again following a standard procedure. to make sure there's no contamination of food, no bacteria, no virus. Okay, wash, rinse, and sanitize food contact surfaces, dishware utensils, food preparation surfaces, beverage equipment after use. Frequency of cleaning, again, as we mentioned before, needs to be increased, and this is applicable again for retail fashion outlets as well. So there would be touch points at the outlet at the airport. It could be the counter desk, or it could be the display outlets where passengers come, they would touch, or there would be a lot of physical contact. So those surfaces should be cleaned regularly at regular intervals. Disinfect repeatedly, touched by employees, again for retail fashion outlets as well. Okay, this is again something very important when we speak about the food outlets at the airport, especially for the lounges. If you've noticed, at the lounges there are buffets. Now in buffets, what happens if a certain dish is there out there in the buffet? So everyone would come, they would serve using the same utensil, and so that everyone is touching the same utensil again and again. So in order to avoid that, in order to avoid any kind of bacteria, contamination, virus, we make sure that we discontinue buffets. So it is not advisable to have buffets. Now, use of contactless payments. We've been following this from past as well at the Delhi airports. We are encouraging our passengers to use contactless payments, and avoiding card payments as well, unless until you have a contactless card. Or we are advising to use e-wallets so that payments can be done without any physical contacts. Now people, let me tell you something very important. What you see on your screen, if you look at this, say for 2 to 3 seconds, something would come in your mind. What comes to my mind, the reason I put this picture here is that there's always a better day. There's always hope. People are hoping. As we've mentioned, people are expecting world-class service. So how we can give it? It's not just by the use of, say, technology or social distancing. That is, again, these are very important factors that we need to implement. But what is the most important thing is the attitude that we carry to work. That is our behavior, because everything is shown in the kind of behavior that we display. And my one piece of advice I would like to share with the students of Hospitality Academy. You are studying right now, and there would be a time when you start working, or you would have your own business, your own work. So when you would interact with your customers, notice one thing. In more than 50% of the conversation, you would be just listening. You would not be talking, you would be just listening. So make sure you get the skills of how to listen, not hear, but listen, and listen with an intent to give a resolution. This is again very important. So people, start working on your soft skills. It's very important for you to have knowledge, skills, and all the understanding of the guidelines and SOP. That is very important. That is required. But how to implement them, how you can make sure that the group works with you, everyone gives you 100% and undoubted support, is through your soft skills. Start working on your soft skills. Start working on your people skill. Make sure you work in a team to get the best of results. So with this, thank you so much, people, all the students, faculty. I had a wonderful time having taking you through this PPT, through this presentation. I hope you've also learned something out of it that you can implement in the future. And if you have any questions, you can ask the questions if you have. Thank you. Over to you, Abhishek.
Thank you, Rahul. So if anyone having any questions, so please, you can unmute your microphone and you can ask directly, or you can drop it into the chat box. Rahul, by the time, I do have one to query to you. For example,
yeah,
if any one of your students, if they are interested to visit the airport, how the operation is going on, so how you can help us into that?
Okay, well, Abhishek, visiting the airport is something that is something different. However, if you particularly speak about the students, if they would like to see how we operate at the airport or how the airport operation
Right,
function, we have
right.
an internship program that we run at the Delhi airport. It's called SEVA. It's an acronym, which means Students Engagement as Volunteers for Assistance. So
Okay.
in this internship program, we train these students for a week on different things. For example, airport familiarization, guidelines, to do things, what is expected out of them, and then there's a robust internship period for 3 months. So this is how students can get a lot of learning out of how things Thank you, Abhishek.
Okay. So it's like a 3 months internship. But by the time, for example, is there any shorter period of time, say for a 7 days training or kind of that, just to understand how the operation might in future our students will get interested to get into the airport operation as a part of their career?
Okay, well, as of now, we have this program. However, we can offline we can have a discussion about what exactly the management is looking at or what are the needs of the students, and then we can definitely go ahead and work out on something on this.
Okay. One of my students asked how you are dealing with asthmatic patients. So is there any particular?
Okay. For asthmatic patients, how it works, whenever the patient, whenever they're booking tickets, uh, there's an option where they can specify their medical history as well to the airlines, so that the airlines is beforehand updated about the medical conditions of the staff. So this is something the airlines deals with. However, at the Delhi airport, we have medical facilities which are available 24/7. Doctors are available, nurses are available, and we have all the the basic equipments which are available, medical equipments in case of emergency as well. And in case of high emergency, we can transfer the patients to the nearby hospitals as well. So ambulances are also available. So this is the procedure which is there at the airport.
Right. So anyone else who's having, like if anyone having any question, one of our faculty is asking, Chef Malakar, what new guideline in the airport will implement for guest luggage?
Okay, guest luggage as of now, because all the guidelines, as in there are new guidelines which are available, and the initial phase, the guideline says, however, I would advise you to check with the airlines as well. However, as per my knowledge, cabin baggage is not to be allowed in the first phase of flying, post the lockdown is over. So this is as
So
per
in
my
cabin baggage,
knowledge.
hand baggage.
Yeah, the carrying
All right.
the baggage that we carry in the aircraft, the hand baggage. The hand baggage is not allowed. This is the guidelines which are there. However, it is again recommended, advisable to check with the airlines.
Okay. One of our students, Chatak, he's asking what precautions does airport staff take while handling luggage?
Okay, as I mentioned, again, in the given situation, we have, in order to disinfect the luggage as well, we're using tunnel disinfection process in order to make sure the luggage is clean. This is something, an initiative taken by the Delhi airport. And again, is he asking this in respect to safety, security of the luggage, or in the COVID virus? If it's the COVID virus, as I mentioned before, we are making sure that the luggage is properly disinfected. Secondly, in terms of security, if I share with you, there are more than 3,500 active cameras which are available at the airports, just to make sure that everything, each one of your position, even the smallest of the passengers' position, in case there's any problem or it's lost or whatever, it can be, we can make sure it's returned back to the passenger, and security and safety is maintained 24/7 at the airport. Thank you.
All right. One more question. If a passenger who doesn't have the symptoms,
I hope we don't run out of the time.
No, it's become free now, Zoom. There is no limitation of 40 minutes from yesterday onwards.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Lucky me.
Yeah. Okay. So the question is like, if the passenger have no symptoms of the virus, but they are infected. So how, is there any option, like you are coming up with technology, how you can identify that kind of passenger? Vidansh, if I'm saying right, or else you can unmute your microphone and you can ask directly.
Yes, sir, correct. Asymptomatic patient.
Asymptomatic.
Yes.
Okay,
sir.
again, yes, this is the kind of patients who do not show any kind of symptoms, but yes, they are impacted and affected. So in this case, what we can do, because right now, we are making sure we're using the best technology and we're taking the 100% precaution that we can take. So as I mentioned, thermal screening, and again, making sure that we have the disinfection process to be done each and every place. And again, in case of anything such happens that, there are passengers and who are not able to know that they are actually impacted with the virus. So again, for this, it is advisable or recommended. We are already advising and issuing all the guidelines as well, that please make sure that you have the Aadhaar Setu app on your phone, so that you already take the self-assessment test, and you make sure you take it regularly. And in case there's anything that you feel, or even the minutest of these symptoms, you feel it and you are at the airport, we are there to help you to make sure you get the best medical attention at that point in time. Thank you.
Right. One of our faculty, Chef Malakar, he's asking, like, your views. Does this social distancing inside of the airlines will affect the ticket fare? What is your views into it?
Well, good that you've added the word "my views" because that's totally the discretion of the airlines. So again, because it's a business. If it's airlines, it's a business. They're running it for profit, and I don't know how they would manage it or how they would do the entire permutation and combination. So yes, they need to pay for the fuel as well. They need to pay for the salaries, and they need to pay for the airport services as well. So how they're going to do all the calculation, let's leave it on them. And in a matter of few days, we'll get to know. Thank you.
So anyone have any more questions? Anyone have any more questions? One of our faculty, Mr. Akshay Nayan, he's asking, will artificial intelligence be used to cater passengers in post-COVID-19 period?
Okay. Well, actually, a lot of things are already, we are using already things, a lot of things, technology. But if I speak about especially AI is something because all the technology or everything which is being used, it is used under the guidelines laid by DGCA, Directorate General of Civil Aviation. So yes, I'm sure the airport authority, they would come up with a lot of new technology and a lot of things as well, looking at what is being used globally at this point in time and what can be successfully implemented in our country in the given situation. So I'm sure if anything comes up, the airport would definitely take it up and it will be implemented as soon as possible.
Right.
Thank you.
I have a
Thank
question.
you, Rahul.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Please.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We can hear you. Please proceed.
Okay. I have one question for Rahul. Is that inside the terminal building, all the terminal buildings, there are these various outlets. There are various kinds of showrooms and liquor shops and eateries and all kinds of outlets.
Correct.
Now, are they bound by a common kind of SOPs designed by the DGCA, or do they have their own SOPs?
Okay. So the way it works, because in the current scenario, because in the COVID situation, they work in the guidelines which is being laid by DGCA, plus they have their internal guidelines as well, which are in line with the guidelines laid by the DIAL operations, Delhi Airport Operations Team, the DGCA Delhi Airport Operations Team, and their own individual guidelines as well. The way it works that irrespective of the guidelines, it should be in sync with the entire airport culture, the guidelines given by the DGCA as well. So now I'm sure they would do a lot of changes in their internal guidelines, especially when it comes to food outlets and the outlets at the different fashion or retail outlets. So first and foremost thing, it could be in terms of say, one of the common things that comes to my mind, that is how when people, they come to retail outlet, fashion outlet, and they would like to try a particular guideline. So earlier, the retail outlet may have a guideline, they have a changing room where the passengers can go, they can try whatever they would like to buy, and if they're okay, they can come and they can buy. However, given at the current situation, they may have to do a lot of alterations with this. Probably they may not have the option for trial. It could be a situation given the kind of atmosphere of the situation. So yes, they would have to do a lot of changes in their guidelines in order to make sure we are working in sync with the DGCA and airport operations guidelines. Hope that answers your question, sir.
All right. So on that note,
Rahul, yes. Rahul, I have one question.
Yes.
Yes, actually.
Rahul, how will social distancing be ensured inside the flights?
Okay, social distancing inside the flight. Well, again, this is something which the airlines would pick up in terms of how they are managing it. I do not, to be honest, I do not have any information regarding how they're going to manage it within the flight, or the number of seats they would reduce, or how they would do it, or the distance they would take. Again, because this is relating with the earlier questions, that would it impact the fares as well? Yes, because if they have to maintain social distancing, they would reduce the number of seats as well, and how they're managing the distance in the flight, within the flight. So definitely I can get back to you on this. But at this point in time, I do not have any information regarding within the flight, how the airlines are going to take care of it.
All right.
All right. So Rahul, on this note, thank you so much for the information. And I hope so many things, like how the airport is going to operate from, hopefully from the next week, whatever news we have seen into the newspaper. So let's see how it works. And definitely we'll get back to you.
Well, Abhishek, Abhishek, just to inform that yesterday it was floating on the news channels that Air India is operating, some flights from May 19 onwards.
Correct. Right.
The way railways have started special trains.
Right. From next week, hopefully, like they will start the operation. So thank you so much, Rahul. And I will request our director, sir, to speak few words at the end, and then we can wrap up the session.
Well, it has been a very, very good informative session, and I'm sure all the participants would have learned from it. The technicalities apart, in the end, Rahul said something which, in terms of volume, it was not much, but then it carried a lot of weight for me. And probably, I don't know how many people have noticed this. He, in the end, said that you have to be a good listener, which I, throughout my career of 35 years, have found it helps immensely. Many people are of the opinion that, okay, fine, in hospitality and tourism, you require to be a good communicator. Oh, he talks well, he has got good command over language. But that does not help much. You have to be an excellent listener, and you must listen. You must learn how to not to hear but to listen. He said this phrase and I immensely liked it. Thank you very much, Rahul. Thank you. It was a very good informative session, and I thank you all for participating in it. Thank you.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome, sir.
Sir.
Thank you so
You're
much,
welcome,
sir.
sir.
Thank you so much, sir. And it was wonderful for me as well to interact with the students and the faculty as well. And honestly, I also, thoroughly enjoyed the Q&A session. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you. So on this note, thank you.
Thank you, Rahul. It was pleasure having you here on this platform.
Thank you, Rahul.
So I'm ending this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
everyone.
Rahul.
Have a
Thank you
pleasant
very
day.
much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you.